Hey guys, welcome to College Cooking. My name is Chris and I'm a college student. Found that I love cooking about a year and a half ago, and now it's something I want to share with you guys. So today we're going to be making a risotto. It's an Italian rice dish with a creamy sauce, and it's really versatile. You can add anything you want: mushrooms, asparagus, maybe add some of your own flavors to it. Today we're going to be making a mushroom risotto. You will need olive oil, unsalted butter, yellow onions, cremini mushrooms, garlic, chili powder, arborio rice, white wine, chicken broth, parsley, and Parmesan cheese. Alright, to get this risotto started, we're putting the chicken broth on low heat. We don't want it to be cold when we add it to the risotto because it'll start uncooking the risotto, and we obviously don't want that. I'm going to start by mincing up some garlic. Alright, so we're going to start by smashing the garlic. Makes it a lot easier to release the skin, so it comes off pretty easily. And just put it off to the side. Make sure it's all off. You don't want skin in your risotto, it's kind of gross. And you want to take this little part off. It's also not enjoyable to eat. Then I'm going to smash the rest of my garlic. Right. Use the palm back of your hand. Smash down. Take off the skin. Oops. Right. And chop off the part we don't want. And smash the other one. I'm using 3 cloves of garlic because I personally like the flavor of garlic, and yeah, I just love garlic, so I'm using 3 cloves. Alright, and there's the end. Okay, chop that off. Okay. And then just slice up the garlic to just rough pieces. Really doesn't matter at this point because we're going to mince it eventually. Alright, and so for this, we're just going to hold the edge of the blade with the palm of our hand and just go up and down. Right? And you'll just cut it into nice tiny pieces and just keep doing this until it's nice and small. You need to kind of regroup all the pieces of garlic, no problem. Just make sure they're all nice and minced. Alright, so I'm just going to put the garlic back in the bowl, just for easy access, for later, when we cook it. Alright, now we're going to dice the onions. I'm going to show you a slightly more efficient way of chopping them. Just make sure the edges are cut off. Right, don't want any of this. Okay, and then we're going to start on the fatter end. Make a horizontal cut, about 1/3 from the bottom. Don't want to go all the way through because you don't want to slice the onion completely. Right? So that's 1, 2, right? And you're going to make vertical incisions to about the length or the thickness of the onions that you want. So I'm just going to roughly do that. And then once you start slicing the onion, they should all form into nice diced pieces for you. You get to the end, you just put it on its side, just get the last bit of onion, and then I generally just, it's not going to be perfect cuts, but I just chop it quickly, just about roughly the same size because it's not going to be perfect dices. Alright, so now we're going to prepare the mushrooms. Going to wash them first. Just run them under a little bit of water, rubbing off the dirt. Don't want any of that in your food. Dirt doesn't taste good. Alright, now I'm going to take off the stems. You should be able to just wiggle them back and forth. They should be able to come off pretty easily. Alright, another one. Okay, this one is not cooperating. Alright. Then we're going to slice mushrooms. Okay. And then I have some that I sliced before, and just drop them in. Alright, so I started heating up the pan with some butter and oil, and then I'm going to get ready to cook. Alright, I'm going to add the garlic. I love that sound, by the way. And the mushrooms. And shake it around with whatever tool you have, just mix it up. Sure, nicely coated. Saute it for a bit and just wait till it cooks. Alright, so the mushrooms are about halfway done, and I'm going to add in the onions. So we don't want to overcook the onions, just get them nice and translucent. Mix it up a little bit. Then I'm also going to add some salt to this to help draw out the water and give it more flavor. Right, so now that the onions are translucent and the mushrooms are sauteed, I'm just going to try a little bit to make sure it's salty enough. Probably need to add a little bit more salt. And then now I'm going to add some chili powder. Also just going to kind of eyeball it. Make sure it's nice covered. Mix it around a little bit. And try it again. Just make sure you always taste as you go. It's something that's good practice. So. Sorry that I don't like chili powder, but yeah, generally pretty good. Okay, so now that the mushrooms and onions are done, it's nicely seasoned. I'm going to take it out, put it in a separate bowl. Oh my goodness. You want to make sure you get a majority of the mushrooms and onions out, because you are going to toast the rice in here. So once that is all out, you add your 1 cup of arborio rice to this, and you just toast this for a couple minutes until it becomes translucent. So, yep. Shake it around, make sure it's all nice and good. One thing I like about risotto is just the texture and how creamy it is. Something that I always saw in restaurants and would always want to make it at home, but I was always intimidated because I thought it was such a restaurant dish that I couldn't make it at home. There's no way, you can only order at restaurants. So once I found some recipes, played with my own, just gave it a shot, and so I make risotto pretty often, just for family, friends. So. Alright, so you know when the rice is done, when it's a little translucent. And now I'm going to add the wine to this. So you add the wine, and turn on the heat a little bit, a little hot. And then mix it up a bit. And you're going to reduce that down until there's little to no liquid left. almost all evaporated. Okay. And now it's time to add the chicken broth. You want to add enough to cover it. Generally about a cup or so. And this is the warmed broth from earlier. You don't want broth at room temperature, or else it'll start uncooking your risotto and you don't want that. So you're just going to continue to let this simmer until there's a little bit of liquid left. And then you're going to add maybe about 3-4 more cup of stock. Okay, so the liquid has almost all reduced down. It's almost evaporated. You want to make sure that you add liquid every single time it's at about this stage. And about 15 minutes in, you want to also just taste it and make sure it's al dente. So we're going to add a little bit more. And the thing about using store-bought chicken broth is that it probably contains a lot of salt. So you don't want to add any salt to this until the very end, so you can test and see how salty it is. Alright, so I've been cooking this risotto for maybe somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. As you can see, it's been cooked down. It's nice, creamy and thick. So I'm just going to add the mushroom, onion, garlic mixture that we had before. Toss all of that in. Mix it up. Okay, so I mixed in all the mushrooms. Nice incorporated, it's warm. Now I'm going to grate some Parmesan cheese over this. Freshly grated is always nice. It's like snow. Okay. Alright, so just going to mix it up. So the cheese all melts. Then, just give it one last taste, just to see how everything is. It's good, it's good. Now I'm going to just put on a plate. Okay, so now we're just going to finish it up. Just gonna add a little bit more Parmesan cheese to this, all around. Okay. And then some of the parsley that we minced up, hopefully, and then sprinkle it on top. Right. And there you go.